Today we have a very, very exciting video, as Andre said. We're gonna test out the new and improved Revlon One-Step Volumizer Plus. So what's improved with this new Revlon? Because this comes in at $69.99. The award winner, the original, is $59.99. So you're paying $10 more. So it does have a plus in the name. This right here, first of all, you get a better looking box. You get a cute little bow. I'm not sure if it's just for like Christmas time, but it's a lot smaller. I love that. So the next thing that they improved, they made the actual head smaller. It's 2.4 inches now. It's still oval shape. So they were saying this is better for, or just better in general. It's easier to hold because it's smaller. And then they added a medium heat setting. Before they only had a high and a low and then a cool shot. Now this has a medium.
It's one of the things we were complaining about.
That was the biggest thing. The high heat setting was too high, it was too hot, and then the low heat setting was too low. It worked, it still functions, but it was still too low. And then another thing, you can detach this head. To what else, I don't know, because I didn't see any other attachments. And the one thing I did complain about last time also, the cord is too short. If you're far away from an outlet, I feel like they could have made a bigger cord, but I think it's just a personal preference. It's a little bit smaller, and you can see the handle, it's a little bit longer. It feels a little longer because it's slimmer. So I feel like you have a little bit more control. It's a little bit lighter, but not like massive where you're like, wow, this is lightweight. It's a little bit lighter. All right, so of course, I'm gonna do a comparison. The original, the award winner versus the new one on the block. The smaller, the more powerful, the more settings. The one thing I'm concerned now, because I'm probably gonna use the medium heat setting. What do I do here?
Well,
between high and low. So it's the same airflow for medium and high, but I'm hoping it's not gonna be as hot as the high. So they kept the same airflow. That's the one thing remember we were also complaining about. Oh, look at that, look at that. They're actually, you know, improving and listening to their consumers. All right, let's just go for it. See how it is to use a smaller brush. Start with the high. Still very hot. Still very hot on the highest heat setting, but that was actually really nice. I like that smaller brush head.
yeah.
I do. I think it's easier to control. Let's go with the award winner. Also high. Yep, I like the smaller one.
quicker with this one though.
Yeah, because you have a lot more real estate. Wow, that's hot. You can kind of like, see that?
Yeah.
Feels a little burned raw because the hair gets so hot. Yeah, I feel like if you want it quicker, you're definitely gonna get it done a lot faster with the original, just because you have a lot more real estate on here and a lot more bristles and just combs through your hair a little bit better. But this one, I feel like you have a little bit more control with the styling portion of your hair. Like you can really maneuver it the way you want it. I'm gonna go with the medium. And I will say one thing, I like that they switched the dial to go up for your heat settings instead of down. With the original, you have to go down for your heat settings. That was another thing, it's just like a personal preference, because I feel like when I wanna turn something on, I wanna go up instead of down. But I thought that was kind of cool they did that. All right, let's turn this on. Medium. I'm gonna continue high with the original. So, I feel like styling your hair with this type of a brush, you can, but you're not gonna get like crazy defined waves or anything like that. It's gonna be more of like a little bend here and there, especially towards the bottom. But I didn't really focus too much on the roots because I feel like with this top section, I usually like to go with one like this instead of going sideways to get more volume towards the top. But I will say that I do appreciate that you have the medium heat setting option with the same airflow as the high, but it does take you like twice as long to style it because obviously you're not getting as much heat, but then you're not getting as much heat damage because the high heat is very hot. Interesting.
If you had to choose between the two, what would you lean towards?
This one.
Just because of the medium?
Yes, literally, this is what sold the medium high heat.
More versatility, huh?
I don't mind the smaller brush because you can still do big sections as you guys were seeing. I was trying to use as much of this brush head as possible. So you can use a lot of hair at once. You can style a lot of hair at once, but you do have to go over that section of hair multiple times to make sure you get all the heat through the hair, especially at the medium setting. But I do like that you have that high airflow. And plus, you know, these are a little bit cumbersome. That was like one of the biggest complaints of how heavy these are after a long period of time, styling on low heat.
But what about those people who have a lot of hair? If you have a lot of hair,
High heat, man.
high heat, and you have to use
The big one.
the big one.
Unless you really wanna, you know, do more precision, more styling, because I feel like I had a little bit of an easier time with these baby hairs right here, my fringe, with the smaller brush head, because you can kind of wrap it around and hold it there, get that heat on that section of hair, and then let it go. Versus this one, you have to like kind of force the hair in there, you know? Especially if your hair is shorter. But I think if you want more body and volume, this one right here, especially if you have shorter hair. Because I got a lot of body and volume with my shorter hair when I use this. You know, because it's such a big head and you just keep rolling and twisting. You get quite a bit of volume. All right, so the question of the day. Is this worth upgrading to? The award winner to the new plus one, to the plus. I personally think it is worth upgrading just because obviously they're setting themselves up for different head attachments. I'm not even sure what kind of attachments they're thinking, but I'm excited for that because you have more options. Next thing, heat settings. They added one more and I think that's a huge plus. Get it? Name, plus, no, just me, okay. But I think it's a huge plus because it's the same or similar enough airflow to the high heat setting without the high heat setting. So it's right there in between the low and the medium, low and the high. That way you're not burning your hands, you're not burning your hair, you're not burning your scalp. It is taking a little bit longer to style and dry, but honestly, I'm okay with that and I'm happy with that just because I feel like I have a little bit more control. And then of course you have the longer barrel, the handle. It's quite a bit actually. It's a good amount of length that they added and it's a little bit thinner, slimmer, so it's a little easier to hold. And you guys kind of saw me kind of moving my hand around and I was styling it just to see where it would be comfortable. And I think this one's a little bit more comfortable to hold versus the OG. So happy that it's $10 more and I'm sure there's gonna be a ton of sales on it. All right, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching, spending time with me and this new and improved Revlon Plus One-Step Styler and Volumizer. And we'll see the next one very soon. Bye.